What's good, guys? Back at another recap today. And if anyone else traded today, you would know it was a little bit, I should say probably more than a little bit of a shit show. There was a few good plays, so I mean, is what it is, but there's just a lot of crap that went on that I don't know. I thought I saw one of the best setups, like top 3 setups I've ever seen, and I got break even on it. I believe due to war news. Um, a lot of Instagram people and shit didn't take the same trade I took. They actually had a different bias. They wanted shorts today. I wanted longs, and I thought the trade I took was better than theirs. It just unfortunately got kind of Trump bombed, as you can see right here. But I'll show you guys that in a second. Nonetheless, did get a winning day today. Took one break even, $180 win, which is nothing when you're trading 2 minis. Didn't really have to catch that many points, but almost got stopped out on that trade. Again, I'll show you guys in a second, but it's just a messy day, to be honest. Luckily, I secured the winning day, blew my combine, so did open up a fresh one, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. I'm only going to be trading New York from now on. No more Asia, including combine. So, yeah, I'm not busy enough at work to justify not trading both accounts in the morning. So, from now on, I'm going to do that. And we got one day left tomorrow. So, we'll see if we get another winning day tomorrow. And I believe Monday is a holiday. I'm not entirely sure if the markets are open or not. Believe it's a holiday. Yeah, it's a bank holiday, but I'm not sure if the futures markets are open. So, might not be able to get that payout till Tuesday, but yeah, we'll see. So, today we had a little bit of news at 5:30 and 6:45. So 8:30 and 9:45 didn't really do anything crazy. I mean, the 6:45 one had a bit more of an impact, but nothing crazy. So it wasn't too much of a consideration for me. And as we were coming into market open, this is mainly why I was super bullish. We had this 4-hour gap, and obviously we're in an uptrend here, you can see. And we are respecting this 4-hour gap as well. Barely, but we did. And everything was just looking super bullish to me. All-time highs are right there. Like I said yesterday, guys, we had this unmitigated 4-hour gap up here that I felt like we were going to probably draw to and then come lower, which is exactly what happened. We also had this 4-hour gap with a high within it. And we also got London high right below that. So we basically had two relative equal, no, not relative equal, but it basically turned this one into a low resistance high within the fair value gap. Like this is a super strong draw in my opinion. And I don't know why so many people wanted shorts today. As you can see, pre-market we come down, we tap into that 4-hour gap here. I believe that was the 4-hour gap. So I'm tripping. Yeah, we tap into the 4-minute gap and we grab London low, and we don't end up grabbing Asia low till about 7:05 or something like that. So we actually left it barely by like a few points, which was kind of sus. But I believe like we only left it by like 3 points. I believe we can check right now if I'm tripping or not, but I believe ES took it. Yeah, ES did take it right at market open basically. So I figured I wasn't too worried about it because of that. But at the same time, we also did have this 15-minute low here. So I do see why people wanted to target this, but at the same time, this looked better to me. And as you can see, I'm just going to get rid of this 4-hour gap. We did still respect it. Candle didn't close till 7 o'clock, which is up here. And we had this 15-minute gap. And I only made one mistake today, but this setup looked insanely good in my opinion. And what happened was we were kind of just chopping around all market open, you can see. And we did have a 2-minute gap. And the 2-minute gap was kind of like I'm entering after this gets hit, right? And where was it? Was it right here? Yes, it was right here. So you can see there's a big 2-minute gap here. And we were like continuously respecting it. And then this was at the point where I'm like, I know if we break this, we're just going to explode up, which is what we did. So that 2-minute gap was at the 540 candle, which was right here. And that was the highest time frame gap, I believe. As you can see, we inversed the 1 minute, but we are constantly still respecting the 2-minute. See, there wasn't anything above that. So the 2-minute was all I was waiting for. And we finally did blow past it here. I think a little bit due to news, to be honest, because this was the news candle right here. This one. We come down, we grab. Technically, this would be a data. Sorry, wrong one. Technically, that's a data low. We come down, we grab that 1 minute IFVG off that. And then we get the 2-minute inversion right here. And that is where I entered, right there. And I was targeting up here, like I said. It would have been about a $12,000 trade. And I was just targeting up to that high. And my stops were just below this 1 minute gap. And we had also created a 3-minute gap here. Sorry, my stops were below this 3-minute gap at the body right there. And this trade, the setup was like perfect for me. I really like this. If this would have tagged Asia low here, like I said, this would have been like one of the top 3 setups I've ever seen, in my opinion. Like I guarantee this probably would have hit if we would have grabbed Asia low first. Because as you can see, I was not wrong. Like right after we grab Asia low, we pretty much start making our way up there. And I was not wrong in this trade. Unfortunately, we just didn't grab the low, I guess. And there was this big 15-minute gap that we did end up respecting. If I was able to target the midpoint of this gap, which I saw some people do, that was a really good trade. I kind of went above and beyond with the take profit. But if you targeted to the midpoint of this gap, you're still catching a 1 to 1.5. I mean, you can even run a tighter stop at this 1 minute body, and you're almost catching a 1 to 2. Still a pretty good trade. But for me, I always like to find my daily bias, aim for it. So this trade ended up going break even, 713 right there. And I was about 2-3 grand in profit, something like that. And I just didn't have any reason to go break even or trail in profit here. My break even was in a perfect spot right below this fair value gap. It was protected, so as soon as that gap broke, my break even got tapped, and then we dumped down to low. So really good trade, good risk management. Could have placed my TP a little bit better, but overall I really like that trade. And yeah, I didn't want to take shorts at all today, but I did end up taking one because at this point we had basically devoured everything. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys. I think another reason, we didn't take this low obviously, but another reason this dumped was right here. You can see 713 was when my stop loss got hit, and then we get this fat like 60-point candle, and basically in the span of 4 minutes we moved down, or sorry, a little bit more than 4 minutes, 6 minutes, we moved down about 150 points. And I saw this, so I ran an O-monitor discussing a permanent Hormuz toll. So we dumped 150 points, and that was was what I was going to mention at the start of the video. I do believe that had something to do with why my trade didn't fully hit today. And yeah, I mean, this helped me get into profit. And this is what originally got us that 2-minute inversion, was this. But yeah, the news was just brutal today, to be honest. And there was one more I'll show you guys on my next trade. But yeah, we basically dumped through every fair value gap, and we were delivering off of a 15-minute. So shorts did actually look really good here. Do I think they should have happened? No. But we're delivering off this 15-minute gap. Get a nice 3-minute inversion at the top. Obviously, I was still all long at this point. And we also get a 3-minute inversion here. I know a lot of people bang this trade right off the top. If you got in right here, this was a really good trade in my opinion. A little bit risky because price was very, very, very choppy. So I think you might have been better to wait till this candle closed, but then you were not getting in, right? So you kind of had to take the risk, be a little bit ballsy here, or get in off this 1-minute IFVG, like basically right where I got stopped out, which was right there, and then target down to Asia lows. Honestly, that was probably the trade of the day. If you had your stops here, you're catching about a 1 to 2. It was pretty clean, don't get me wrong. I didn't like it because I was just super bullish today, so it wasn't my thing, but it was a really good trade. No drawdown at all. If you guys took that, good job. And yeah, like I said, we inverse every single gap. That was not the trade I took personally, but that leaves us kind of floating around in this area, and we still have this hourly low here that I kind of wanted to see get hit. So I ended up taking one more short, or one more trade I should say. We get a 5-minute gap right here. So we get this 5-minute gap, and this thing is just holding on for dear life. But we did retrace back up into it. And like I said, I wanted to see this next low get taken. We came very close. Pretty low resistance in my opinion. And right here, there was I believe a 3-minute gap within this gap. Or it might have been a 2-minute. Don't quote me on that. Not sure, but there's some other gap. Like, sorry guys, I have a hard time remembering exactly what happened, especially when the trades look like this. But basically, we do get inversions here after we fill in that 5-minute gap, and get another inversion here. Get a good displacement down, and we finally get another. We get this one. It was this 1-minute inversion here that I was thinking of. We get this one back down, and that is where I entered a short because there was nothing in the way in my opinion. And I waited till this green candle closed, entered right here. I actually went right into profit right away. It ripped down, and I was just targeting down back to this low. I wasn't even aiming for this low. And as you can probably tell, this one was a real pain in the ass. I had my stops like literally like basically right here, only because that was my daily loss limit. I would have had it a little bit higher, but I couldn't do anything about it. That was $3,000 right there. And as you can see, like, I came damn close to getting stopped out, like literally 2.5 points, and I ended up hitting at right there, right about there, give or take. I probably got a little bit of a shittier entry because I only made $180 and I just trailed in profit. But yeah, it was a straight 1-to-1 pretty much until I moved to here, and then it was a negative RR trade. So definitely not a good one. I just thought we were going to keep dumping after this big move down. and I'm really happy I did trail because, as you can see, right around here we do get some more news about the Pakistanis traveling to Iran today, right at 8:14, and then we just explode out of nowhere, and then that's when we finally start to make our way all the way up to my original target on the day. So definitely scrape by with a little win there, but yeah, like I said, guys, price action, like there were some good setups, don't get me wrong, but price action was pretty disgusting today. We barcoded basically from like 3:30 a.m. all the way till like 10 o'clock. Like that's a 3-minute chart too, and that is just ridiculous. So kind of a rough day, but I mean there was opportunities to make money. You just had to be very patient and precise with your entries, and yeah, not an easy day, but I don't know. You can't do anything about it. The war news is gonna come, and it kind of felt like a March day again. Like back in that shitty ass March price action, that's what it felt like. Just nothing working out, news coming out of our ass, and just not fun. But like I said, managed to scrape by. If you guys caught a win today, good job. Definitely a tough day to win. But the setups were there. So if you did catch a win, good work. And yeah, so now tomorrow, not really sure what's going to happen. We do have this 4-hour gap we just tapped into, like I mentioned. We've swept out these highs now. Chances are we're going to inverse. This chart's 10 minutes delayed, so chances are we probably already have got very close to inversing this 4-hour gap. Yeah, I highly doubt we retraced in the next 10 minutes back down another 40 points in like basically the tail end of Asia session. I highly doubt it, so chances are we're going to inverse this gap, and we'll see how we react off this one here. If we end up blowing through this, obviously we're going to rip to all-time highs, but I'm going to expect us to probably maybe get a little bit of a retrace to here, come grab some session lows, and then maybe next week we make our way up to all-time highs if we don't gap down like crazy on the weekend, which is a very strong possibility with Trump, so you never know. But yeah, really no news tomorrow, so just be careful. It's going to be slow, it's going to be choppy. It's a Friday, and we made a very big push today, to be honest. Like from midnight open, where the fuck am I looking? Well, I guess just from the top to the bottom today, we pushed up about 500 points. So we made a pretty significant move today, so tomorrow might be shit. So just be careful, guys. Manage your risk well. Don't over leverage on Fridays. Fridays are never the best, but yeah, we'll see what happens. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, as usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys to end the week tomorrow. Peace.